Hi and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers. I'm really poorly. I'm really not very well. I've had an amazing Christmas and I hope you guys have had a really good Christmas as well. But we hit like 2 days after Christmas and I just went, ugh. It's like, they always say that when you retire, you're more likely to die in the first year after retirement. And when you go on holiday, when it's like you've worked all year and then you have a rest, you're more likely to be really poorly. And that's what I feel like has happened to me. I've worked all year so hard, like literally non-stop. I've decided to have a few weeks off because my car's broken. I thought, right, we'll take advantage of that and just have a few weeks with no videos, which people have been like, there's no video. I literally must have told people about 25 times there was going to be no video because of the car situation. And because why not? Like, I am allowed a break occasionally. But I just feel like I've stopped. And like even running up to Christmas, I was rushing around to get stuff sorted. I was doing videos like this, even though I wasn't doing the main videos. But then I stopped for Christmas, literally did nothing over the Christmas period. And I've just gone, my body's just gone, and now I can hardly speak. I've got a banging headache. I'm full of snot. I just feel horrible. I just feel absolutely horrible. But the show must go on and all that. At the end of the day, not just for you guys, for my actual money, because December's supposed to be the money month. It's the one that makes me the most money, and I'm not even going to get what I would normally get in a normal month. It is what it is. But we're back with the abandoned house reviews. My car doesn't go in till the 6th, so I still can't do anything for a few days after that anyway. But I might see if I can borrow a car or hire a car and see if I can do something for you. But this place was spooky.
Do you know what I've just seen?
What?
I'm a bit worried.
No, what?
So you've got the old door handle,
Right.
and then you look at this side. Why the fuck is it wide up?
Oh my God. Right, that's a booby trap, if ever I've seen one. It's, right, where is he?
Oh,
Kevin. Kevin McAllister. He's in here
in that
somewhere.
shed.
It's, oh my God, we are a little bit like them, aren't we, the wet bandits? What's that? Is it a monk?
Where?
That in front of you on there, on that.
Oh,
Get it, it's a monk.
Shaolin monk. It's going to be possessed, isn't it?
It's fucking weird, Andy. Look at that. That is freaky. That, you know what? It's not a monk. It's that little old lady downstairs.
Oh, she's gonna come on with me, isn't she?
She is. Well, you'll be happy, won't you?
But she starts touching me at night, yeah.
Look at it though. Oh look. Highly important old English silver. Christie's 1766. Oh, it's the 1970s catalogue. Oh, she's very strange.
Now, we mentioned at the beginning of this video, it is not the normal sort of place we go to. We do like a good explore with loads of stuff to look at. And this was basically a lot of empty rooms, which is not like us at all. There was some good stuff, like hidden away. There was some stuff upstairs, and there were bits and bobs, but it was mainly like the architecture, the history of the place, the sightings in the place. It's not somewhere that we would normally go, but you know what? One, it's just hit 100,000 views, which makes it one of our most successful videos. And two, I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I like being scared. I'm never going to go ghost hunting and look for ghosts. Like, don't get me wrong, I might bomb along with some other, like, ghost theory or something and do a one-off special with them. But I'm never going to be that channel that goes exploring or ghost hunting and takes all the K2 meters and the flashing teddies and bloody vibrating dildos and all that. Because why would I? Because, I've told you this before, I think a lot of it is balls. And I don't mean like ghost theory, I just mean in general, there's a lot of channels that'll go out and they're like, oh, it's come up on my app that it says, go away. Bullshit. So you're telling me an app is going to predict what a ghost is saying? What a load of... When did they produce that technology? So, yeah, for me, it's got to be something I hear, something I see, something I smell. Because smells are weird sometimes. There's times when we've walked around places and we can smell like cigarette smoke. Or we can smell like damp smell in an area that's not damp, things like that. So for me, it's got to be, is visceral the right word? I don't know if that, I'm poorly, give me chance here, but yeah, it's got to be like feel, seen, felt, smelt. For me, that's what it's going to be. Tasted is a bit weird. I'm not going to go around licking walls and go, oh my god, that's haunted. But do you know what I mean? So yeah, this place had just got a chill to it, a weird sensation straight away.
Big Belfast sink and mirror there. But what we know about this place is, before the main, I almost gave the name of the road outside then, but before that was built, the cellar, which is down through that door there, was the level of the road.
So it must have hired the road a good 10, 12 foot at least.
Exactly. Oh God, is this going to be all the people that tell us about the mud flood telling us about...
God, yeah, we're not going to start that again.
Yeah. Go online and search, or on YouTube and search the mud flood, and you get a load of very strange people thinking that there was some massive flood of mud at some point.
Now, not only had it got the ghostly feel to it, this place, it got weird... Because the building was so goddamn old, like it got Roman stuff in the cellar, which we will come back to, but it had also got like multi-layers, and it was really weird how it was laid out. It got like little steps here and there, and then even up at the top of the house, it got steps with no bottom on them. It just were all a little bit odd, but you then get the weirdos coming out. Yes, the mud flood people are back. So you got, I think there was somebody commented on there, if Noah's flood was real, then the mud flood must be real. I'm not saying that the Noah's flood is real. Like I you know this, I class myself as a Christian. However, I actually think the Bible is generally just morality tales. I think it was written, well, I know it was written hundreds of years after the supposed time of Jesus and all that. So why would I believe everything that was written in there by people that never met the person that was in it? For me, the Bible is saying, don't be a bad person, help people out, do this, do that, follow our rules, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it links back to the whole thing of like Egypt and stuff like that. I think there was floods and there was stuff that happened. There is evidence of all that. A lot of people don't realise that a lot of Egypt and Africa was dense forest, like rainforest and stuff like that. So, yeah, there are truths in things, but I think they get twisted over time. And the mud flood, yes, some sort of flood may have happened, some sort of mud flood may have happened, but not the way that these people say, that it's covered up a different civilization underneath ours, and that's why the houses are all different. It's just a load of balls, and they're all nutcases. I'm sorry, but they are. And maybe I've turned into a bit of a nutcase with some things, but like I've got a bit of a brain about me to know that we've not built houses on top of like some massive technological past generation bunch of people's houses. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I've gone on about that too much, but yeah, the mud flood comments were there because there was windows in the cellar. Not because it was Roman and they were built hundreds of years ago, and obviously earth builds up over time. Nothing to do with that, obviously.
Down here, when they did the excavations, they found a Roman kiln. So I don't know. I don't know if it seems Roman or what this, but it's definitely some sort of cooking thing, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
And look at the big stone archway there. And then This will have been... There will have been another wall here. Why would there be another wall? Is that to keep the heat in? It's like a gap between, isn't there?
That's chimney there.
Oh, yeah. Chimney straight
That
up
might have
there.
been original. And then obviously they've sealed it up with this bit.
Yeah, because look,
And a complete fire.
that's totally different there. I think it could be, you know, that. How good is that if they've got a Roman
Kiln
A Roman
the
kiln.
cellar.
That's amazing. But the thing is, it's the thing that makes me think it might not be is there is red brick in here, but I think that's been added afterwards. Look, come and look at the stones inside. They're like thin. Now, when they were building, especially sort of Tudor and things like that, they used quite small, thin bricks, like almost like those.
Yeah.
And this is just after sort of Tudor times, or Stuart.
Stuart's. Children Stuart's, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know whether if it is the Roman bit, but that's amazing, regardless.
Now, as I mentioned previously, in the cellar was the Roman, I want to say like bread oven. Poorly editing Matt here. So, oh God. Just before I go any further, I've been watching this back and it sounds like I'm saying the Romans were in the UK 1,000 years ago, but they weren't. They left, I think, round about the 5th century, something like that, from the UK. Obviously, they left people behind as well, but the Romans left in the 500s. But the main part of this building was built in the 1100s. So when I say, oh yeah, it's from 1,000 years ago, it's the building, not the Romans. The Roman stuff was still there. That was before. That was there from before. But the main building was started to be built in the 1100s. So don't think I'm stupid. And I think that the Romans like left in 1826 or something. I know that they didn't. Anyway, back to everything. And I'm gonna edit and fall asleep at the same time. The amount of times I've just like dropped this on my face is unbelievable. Some people have said, oh yeah, it's a pizza oven. I don't think pizza as we know it was around then. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was. Maybe pizza's been around a lot longer than I think it has. But this was around about 1100. This was built. The original building that was under there. Now, I've just gone on about how they didn't put other buildings on top of buildings. With this, they did use the same building. However, it wasn't like some new technology that we don't know about underneath there. There was literally just an oven, and it had been bricked in as part of like the chimney or whatever. Now, some people had said, somebody said it wasn't a bread oven, it was a crematory, a crematory. I don't think they're burning any sort of bodies down there, like, because I'm presuming a crematory is like a crematorium where you burn bodies. I don't think they were burning bodies in the cellar. That'd just be a bit weird. The whole house would... Have you ever smelt things burning, like that hair burning and stuff? It stinks. It's awful. It's putrid. Although, I would have thought... This makes me sound like a psycho killer. 100% this makes me sound like a psycho killer. I would have thought a human burning would smell like roast pork and would be amazing. But maybe don't think about that, because that just makes you look terrible. I need to cough in a minute. But this thing down there, to think how long it had been there and who it had been used by. Now, like, we're in 2025, so we're like 75 years off this being 1,000 years old. 1,000 years old, sat in the cellar, and I've heard from some of the locals, through another explorer that's been, they're going to knock the house down. They're going to flatten the lot. Now, can you believe they're going to allow that to happen and that history to be destroyed? Because apparently there's not enough history there for it to be saved. I think that's madness. That house was amazing. Yes, it did have parts of it that were a bit rickety, but the house itself could be sound. It could be done up and made so much better. What an amazing place. But what an amazing thing to find in the cellar. Just so good to think who was the first person to slap some bread in there and make a beautiful piece of bread. You can tell I'm poorly because my language, I'm not coming up with other words. I'm just going, oh, bread, and then get some bread, and then it's nice oven. I eat the bread from the oven. My brain's not working properly. I have just gone back to being a Neanderthal.
Right, we're just heading back down the cellar. We decided we'd not been down these stairs, and even though we know where they come out, we thought we'd have a look down. And I've just noticed two things sat up here. Right, not the spider, but that is a domino, but it's bone. It's a bone domino. And that is an old pipe that they used to smoke. There we go. Can you see the end? Look, it's got a little hole that runs all the way through. And it's a little smoking pipe. And the domino, put that back up there. It's really weird. It's made out of bone on the front. And then a piece of wood or something on the back. I've never seen a domino like that before. I know they used to make them out of bone and stuff like that back in the day, years and years ago, like the Romans. But I don't know when that's from. That's very, very old.
Now, something else that we found that was in there that was really old, I think it was really old, was the old domino. Now, that literally could go, I think they had them in China, according to someone in chat, in one of the comments, they had them from like the 1100s. This building is from the 1100s. It could have been brought from China. More than likely, it's a couple of 100 years old. It was definitely old, but maybe not as far back as like almost 1,000 years ago. But something else, like somebody commented, they don't know how we don't take sort of like mementos and steal things, and it is difficult sometimes not to pick something like that up that doesn't, it's not financially taking it. You're not taking it to sell it. You're taking it to keep it for you, to remind you or something. It's very easy to do something like that, but I don't do it because I just feel that belongs in that house. And by you taking it out of that house, you sort of, I don't know. I suppose it's like going to the pyramids and everybody that goes takes a stone. I don't mean like a 50-ton stone. But going to the pyramids, everybody takes a piece of stone. By the time like 1,000 years has gone, the pyramids aren't there anymore. It's the same on a smaller scale as that. If everybody went to an abandoned building and took one thing, there'd be nothing left for anyone else to see. So that's my way of thinking it. Plus, it's not your possessions. It doesn't belong to you. So, although I would, there's so many things I'd love to go, right, I love that, I'm taking it. But I don't. And I know there's people that do, and it's a shame, really. But you've got to live with your own demons, I suppose. But yeah, I think it was just cool. Once again, it's something tactile. It's something that people used and had in their hands and played a game with, and you had that social interaction with it, playing against somebody else. And I think the fact, anything like that, like if you get a statue, yeah, people walk past a statue every day. But if you get something that someone has used every day, that's quite an intimate thing where you have it in your hands, I think that just makes it so much more personal for me. And I love that. I proper love that somebody has enjoyed playing with that with someone else. I just think it's cool.
It's just something.
This is fucking freaking me out. Honest to God.
It's horrible in here. It's horrible. Oh!
Some more stairs.
That's weird as well that you have... Why do the stairs start halfway? What's so weird? What is it?
Oh, it could be echo. Fuck me from this.
Because we read in that thing, distant voices.
I thought... Dude, I think it's echo. Thank God for that.
Yeah, it said voices that you could hear, but you didn't know what they were saying. Oh, look at this little window. That's really strange.
Literally crap me son, man. God, it honks.
It really does. Yeah, so we've got that's quite an old toilet, isn't it, really? You know what I mean? It's not Victorian, I reckon it's turn of the century. What do you think? Oh my God! Oh God, I thought I was stuck in there. What the fuck was that? I am shaking.
You're going first now, I'm not going anywhere.
I think it came from in here.
We've just been in there.
There's nothing in there. It sounded like it bounced off the wall next to us. There's literally nothing in here. There's nothing. There's a bit of plaster there, but there's no way that would make that noise. Right, stop this. That were a double bang. Whatever it was, bounced off something first. Oh God, there were a little fucking orb thing next to your head then.
I'll behave.
Right next to your head. Andy, I've gone fucking weird, me. I don't like this at all.
Literally.
We need to get upstairs and get out of this place because I'm feeling very, very, very strange.
Next up, the bang, and generally just us being scared. So we were in one of the rooms, we were already on edge, and suddenly there's a massive bang. And I have no idea where that came from. It seemed like it was in the room next door, but there was no evidence of anything that could have banged or made a noise. There's a couple of bits of stuff on the floor, but nothing that could have made a bang that loud. We looked round, there was nothing else to be seen. And like I said, the sound came from next door to us. You know when something banged on the wall next to you. So, really, really weird. It could have been rats in the floorboards jumping down, and it could have been above rather than at the side. But I don't think so. We hear rats running around all the time. You don't hear bangs like that. And then something, so it was a bang and then something falling. I don't know. It was a really, really weird one, but we were on edge so much. Like I said, we don't go looking for haunted places, abandoned buildings that have got like stories to them like that. It's nice to have a story, but we go for the things that are inside them. So it was a little bit different in that. However, we were on edge all the time, and I loved, there was a comment somebody put about how I was like ready to leave. I was like, come on, we need to go. I can't stay in here much longer. And then the next minute I'd see something that I liked and I'd be like, ooh, look at this. And like my passion came back through again. And I do get passionate about stuff. I do really get excited about finding things and looking at things. And that's just me. I will always be like that. I'll always be passionate. Like I'm feeling passionate now, even though internally I want to die. I feel like, but like when I get that passion, I feel the feelings I feel. All the other stuff around me doesn't really matter. Like whether it be a security guard or a farmer coming to kill me, or whether it be a ghostie making me wanting to run out of the house. Doesn't matter. Like if I've got that passion and I want to see those things, then I'll go and look at them. But yeah, it was very weird. And there's other whispers and noises and like little noises you can see we're hearing, but the stuff that people have picked up on earphones and stuff like that as well. That it's very, very odd place. Very odd place.
And some cutlery. What's this here? Oh, that's just off a bit of furniture.
An old porcelain doorknob.
Yeah, it looks like loads of... Oh, look, Andy. Is that... Just go back round to where we were. Is that inside there? Go and check.
Yeah.
Is it? Can you see my torch? Oh, yeah. So this is the top of the kiln then. And it is definitely very old. Whether it is original Roman or what. Oh, look at... What? Oh, a little pair of their old scissors. Look at those.
Now, there was one part... Because somebody's done some research on this place previously. That's why the history of it is there. You can see that they've come in and assessed the place. Now, there was something apparently that we missed, and I've still not looked back and seen it. But I think we were potentially talking about one bit of a wall being really old, and it said somewhere written on it, Victorian wall, and we thought it was older than that. And a couple of people picked up on that, and that's brilliant, and that's why I like looking back at the comments. Because sometimes, like, we're not experts. We don't know everything about everything, and we are going to miss stuff. And that's why I love this sort of video, so we can go back and chat about it. So, yes, there was walls there that looked ridiculously old, but then there was bits that didn't look as old. So, the house is a midge-modge. And like I said, I have got no sort of eye at looking at a wall and thinking, yes, that was definitely built in the Roman era compared to that one that was built in the Victorian era. But when it's written on the wall, that sort of helps, to be fair. Somebody has kindly gone and done that for us, but somehow we missed that. But yeah, great that you guys have picked up on it.
Oh, you know what, Andy? I didn't even look. Look at this fireplace. Look at that. Look at that mirror, and that's amazing.
Cast iron?
I think it is. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't. This bit is.
Oh, no, that's wood.
That's wood, but that bit's
is.
cast iron.
And that is.
And the back bits. But look at that. But we just walked past a building that was built in
1515, well, 1575.
something like that, literally just round the corner. And this is one of only 3 houses in the whole country that's in this style. There's no other houses in this good condition either. One of them's just a shell, and the other one's probably worse than this. So have you heard of what's it called now? William of Orange,
Yeah.
as in the Orange Order,
Yeah.
all to do with Ireland, isn't
Yeah.
it? Well, he was king when this place was built, and that's why it's so rare, because the style of this house came over from Holland.
Now, one thing that this house is famous for is the design of the fireplace, and there was a couple of other bits of design. The colouring in there was Dutch. Now, we talked about that in the video. However, there's been a couple of people that are like, no, it's definitely German. But the researchers that went in and talked about this design, it's the only one. I think the only one in the UK is still left. This is why I don't understand why they're being allowed to knock the place down. Although this neighbour that's told this explorer this, like the neighbour's dog's brother's uncle's mother, who's told the kit man down at Wednesday to go and tell someone about a new player coming in, it's that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It might be a load of rubbish. It might not be true at all. So I hope it's not right, because it's not just the building itself. It's the fireplaces and stuff are very individual to this place. There's nowhere with it as perfect and as good. And there is a load of stuff online about this. I don't think I'll be able to find it now, because I can't actually even remember the name of the house or where it was. So it's a little bit. This is the only thing with the classic abandoned house reviews. It's finding all the information that I used to have about it. I'll have a look. I don't think I'm able to find anything though. But yeah, the fireplaces and stuff like that, back from like the time of William the Orange. He wasn't like Trump. He wasn't just like spray tanned to death. But yeah, like all the different influences in this house is brilliant. Like right from the Roman times right back through to today. I think it's so cool.
I had an urge to look up. I saw that. Just sat there like this. Andy, hold this. Look at this. Right, turn it the other way up so you can see it. Right. That is like a banister. Top of a banister. With a weird looking person. Like almost like a knight. I can't quite work out what. And then move your hand. It's there. Look at the top of the banister. Look at the square bit with the...
It's going up this way, isn't it?
Yeah, slightly different angle.
Because that's the banister going down, so that's stood on top of here.
Yeah. That's really strange.
And finally, back to something that was a little bit ghostly, spooky, which, once again, I know not everybody will believe in, and that's fine. Like I say, Andy doesn't, I do. So I think that was always the good thing on the channel, that you got that. The thing is, I'm not one of these that'll be like, everything I see is a ghost. 99.9% of the stuff that I see probably isn't. But there's always that one thing. And now, though, at the beginning of the video, there was a heck of a lot of orbs, and people were commenting on it and pointing it out. I can't say that that's what it was. It probably could be, but it also could be dust. Because you've got to think, I put the camera down on maybe like something like this, a mantelpiece, and it's going to kick up some dust. So it could be that. Although I don't know if I was holding it in my hand. Either way, these places are old and dusty. So not all the orbs or things that people say are orbs are. But there's nothing to say that there isn't one or two knocking about. I don't know. I will never know. I don't think any of us will ever know. But it would be nice to think that somebody that lived there was once is now watching over you. That's cool. I think that's pretty good. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. I haven't. I've hated it because I just want to be in bed asleep. But I really wanted to do a video for you today because I've missed making videos and I've missed talking to you all. Love you all. Bye-bye.